Good morning, good morning. Ooh, it's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. My voice is weak today. I've been coughing. I don't know what's up. But good morning. I have an angry cat here. And I have a chihuahua that is no doubt antagonizing him. Toby, go lie down. Go lie down. Go on. Leave him alone. Go on. Go lie down. Go. Good boy. Go lie down. Go. Go on. He's getting something. Go lie down. Go lie down. I know you understand. Go on. He doesn't really understand. We're working on it, okay? We're working on it. We did about an hour of training play yesterday where we tried to get sit. We didn't quite get sit, but that's okay. We're going to work on it. And he's so smart. He's going to be such a smart dog for sure. And when I have a treat, he jumps up on his hind legs and like stands on his hind legs. So he obviously does have a trick. I don't know how many more he knows, but I'm trying everything in English and then I'm trying it all in French because his commands could have been French. I don't know. I didn't ask. Good boy, Toby. What a good boy. There's a cat in the room. Toby's not barking. Toby's not trying to kill him. Rohan's not screaming. We're basically at a point where everything is good and everything is cured. Rohan, don't you antagonize the birds now, okay? Everybody's always antagonizing somebody. Everybody is always causing trouble. Oh, I thought maybe I could move you over a bit. Okay, so today we are going to be doing some painting. I'll show you right now what it's looking like. I have two paintings that we can choose from. I started this one yesterday, and it's gonna have a big tree in the foreground. I was just working on the background. Toby, go lie down. Go. Leave him alone. Sorry. Leave him alone. Go on. Go. Go lie down. Good boy. Go lie down. Lie down. Toby, lie down. Go lie down. Go lie down. Nope. Good boy. Good boy, Toby. Good boy. Go lie down. Good boy. Sorry, I have to reward him. He did the right thing. Good boy. Good boy. Go lie down. Good job. Good boy. You did a good job at go lie down. You're so smart. You want to be such a good boy, don't you? You're so sweet. Okay. Nope. Stay in your spot. Don't change your mind now. Excuse me. Where did the chicken cover come from? It's not a cover, it's my apron. I'm gonna wear it while I'm painting because I don't want to get paint on this dress because I like it. But good morning, guys. Hi. ADHD much? So we are gonna be painting. This is gonna be the view for that, but we're not doing that first. First, I want to show you the garden because I missed out on showing you the garden during the last stream. I just didn't make time to do it, and we painted the whole time, and that was fun, but I want to show you. The garden is so pretty right now. It's very, like, romantic. Considering it's, like, a small concrete plot in the middle of the city, I think with those parameters, it's looking pretty good. Okay, let me just go back through my photos. Oh my god, I've taken so many photos. Do you guys mind going through 1,000 photographs today? Because I've taken a lot of them. I'm gonna try and not do too much. Okay, I'll start here. Okay. Give me just a sec here. I'm going to upload 1,000 photos to our private Discord. And after those are uploaded, I will show all of them to you. I took a whole bunch of pictures of clouds yesterday. And I'm looking at them now, and they are not the best photographs, I will say. I would say they are perhaps not great photographs, but that's okay. Okay, I took 1,000 of the garden this morning though, and I hope you like it as much as I do. I still have this cough though. I feel like this cough has been like 2 weeks. And now Alex is like fully sick. He's sleeping today. He slept most of the day yesterday. By the way, happy Canada Day. For those of you that are Canadian. I had a really fun time yesterday. Alex and I went down to this like family thing that happens. It's called Bayfront Park. It's like on the water of Hamilton Harbor. And there was just so much vibes. There were so many people. It was honestly a little bit overwhelming, but it was fun. We walked there. We took a nap in the evening so that we wouldn't be tired for the fireworks because we're old people now. But we stayed and watched the fireworks, and then we went home. We walked home as well. It was a good long walk both ways, which is cool. Toby was sleeping when we got home, which was so awesome because Toby barks when we leave, and we don't know exactly like how long he barks for right now because we haven't put like a camera or baby monitor on him yet when we leave, but he was sleeping when we got home, so that's a good sign. Okay, I just uploaded all of the photos into Discord. Now I can go into Discord, open up our plant chat, and then show you what's been going on in my garden because it's grown so much, and it's now summer. This is like my garden just said, okay, it's summer now, and everything's blooming, and I'm getting so many flowers coming out of my garden every single day. I do have this yarrow that I want to like hang upside down and dry, but I have to like Google the best way to do it and do it that way. That's that for that. Okay, so let's look at some of my garden pics, shall we? So first, the Chantilly Snapdragon. Oh, darn. Hold on. There we go. First, the Chantilly Snapdragons. These are doing so much. I am really happy that I put them in the garden. They were a little bit stressful at the beginning because they try to get tall really fast, and like I don't want them to until they can get outside in sunlight. Like I start seeds for these in February, and like even though I started seeds for these in February and I had to watch them and water them twice a day for a couple of months, I now think it was worth it because look at how pretty that flower is. It looks like a sunset, and wait till you see what it's developed into. My amaranth velvet curtains is doing really well. It's growing bigger. My celosia, this is the Celosia spicata flamingo feather, and this is the pink gomphrena. These are both related to amaranth. So amaranth, gomphrena, celosia are all cousins. And you can kind of feel it by the way their flowers are. Also, the coleus is a magical scenario, just a magical place to be. Oh shoot, I forgot to share the stream in the Discord. I'm just looking at that now. 1 second. Please hold. I forgot. But it's okay. I'll just go into the live stream and paste and come, exclamation point. Well, that's not how you spell come. Sorry, my computer is far away, or my keyboard is far away. There, I did my job. Okay, so back to it. Let's look at some plants. I'm sorry if the stream has any choppiness to it. I saw some loading screens a little bit ago, You guys let me know how it's doing. Also, my candy tuft is finally making flowers, which I'm excited about. I don't know why I said it like that. Candy tuft and sweet alyssum, to me, are almost identical. They're not the same, but it's like they started from the same thing and then got bred in two different directions. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it feels like. They're growing, their growth habit is exactly the same. The place that they want to grow in is exactly the same. The flowers are very similar, just they have like elongated petals, but like otherwise it's pretty much sweet alyssum, isn't it? It's pretty similar. The coleus are all doing amazing. This one is so weird. I hope it gets even more amazing as it branches out. This one's gorgeous, and that one's gorgeous. That's the old pictures. I think this is also from yesterday. I take pictures every day. I have an absolute obsession with my own garden. This is the celosia that I got at the garden center when it was on clearance. And I'm really liking it. I think I want to cut it back so that it tries to branch out, because I can't do anything with this size of a flower. Like, I'm going to dry them for dried flower bouquets, but they're too short right now. But the colors are really pretty. So the shade garden looks a little different now. I've changed just a couple plants yesterday, but I just wanted you to see how happy Mr. Tobes is. Oh, you can't see him when I zoom in. You can see him when I'm not zoomed in though, so that's good. Toby is really loving the backyard. He doesn't pee in the backyard and he doesn't poop in the backyard. He sees it as an extension of the house, which is fine. I just have to walk him multiple times a day, or at least I have to take him out on a leash. I don't have to necessarily go for like a long walk. I have to take him to a place where grass is and he has to be on a leash. And then he pees and poos reliably. Sorry, my tripod is right in the way, but I can't move it because it's in the perfect location. So I just have to keep moving my face around to see where the arrows are. So the shade garden's doing really good. As you can see, in the morning, there's sunlight on it, which is fine. It's not like harsh sunlight at this time of day. And then there's a curtain right next to it. So after 12 o'clock, honestly, after like 11 o'clock, this is like fully shaded. So the hostas are totally happy here. You can see that hosta in the back, my big, beautiful blue, ruffly one. Unfortunately, it was in a sunny spot that was too sunny for too long in the day. I've moved it here now, but before, you can see if you look at the leaves, there's brown spots. Sort of sad. This is really, like, cute. So I'm not getting rid of the nasturtium, even though it's orange. Excuse me. Even though it's orange, which I've been pulling out every nasturtium that comes out orange. I just won't save seeds from this one. But it's a climbing variety, and it's climbing up last year's castor bean plant, which is kind of cool. And down here, these are amaranth coral fountain. They won't get to their full size, but they should still make a couple little flower heads, which is cute. I can use them for dried flowers, or I can just enjoy them in bouquets. Sorry for bugging him yesterday. That's okay. He was like unaware that had happened, that I didn't finish my video. So he was like, Laura, Candace said your video didn't come out. And I was like, yeah, it's because I did not publish a video. I didn't get it finished, unfortunately. This is I think this is going to be Echinacea, but it could be Rudbeckia cappuccino. So it could be one of the Paradise Mix Echinaceas, either pink, orange, yellow, or white, or it's a cappuccino Rudbeckia. We'll know later this week, because once we see the colors that are happening, we'll know. This is the Double Feverfew. I'm obsessed with it. It is so cute. I want to know if I can dry it for dried flowers, like for dried bouquets, but I haven't looked yet. But look at how pretty it is. Isn't it nice? I like it a lot. And last but not least, in this little one, there is a Daydream Cosmo that is about to open. Now, moving on, that same Cosmo again. And then my orange Cosmos started opening. This is the Little Ladybirds variety. It comes in orange, dark orange, and red, I believe. There's like 3 different colors in the mix. This one is orange, but it has like a dark, the back of the petals is like burnt looking. It's like burnt orange, almost red. Kind of pretty. I have given up on removing orange flowers from the garden. It took until July 1st. I'm done removing orange flowers from the garden. Once you see the photos from today, you'll understand why. Turns out I have a lot of orange in my garden. Aside from the nasturtiums that I've been trying to avoid growing orange, I apparently planted a ton of orange stuff. So we'll see what happens as the season progresses. But right now it's very orange in here. This is a coleus that hasn't really grown much. It's in the shade, so it's growing slowly. I do wish it would get bigger faster because I want to see this come to like a full-sized plant. But, I mean, it's got 2 months to do that. It's doing it at its own speed. Hey, Raven, good morning. Here's another candy tuft that started blooming, which is cute. These look like they're going to be kind of crawlers, a little bit hangy over crawlers. I haven't grown them before, so I don't know that to be true, but that's what I think. My sweet alyssum, beautiful, amazing. It's having a rough go at it right now because we just had that heat wave, but I believe this week is just supposed to be a regular amount of hot. Let me see. What have we got for this week? We've got 29, 27, 27, 31, 32, 29. Okay, so their heat wave doesn't even start to break until next Tuesday. So unfortunately, my poor plants are still going to suffer. I think I'm going to be pulling out my sweet peas next week because this heat, they just won't survive it. And I'd rather give the nasturtiums a better chance at climbing on the trellis because I feel like the sweet peas are just, they're not really doing anything. You'll see. I'll show you photos. There's the alyssum again. And then there's this really pretty lobelia, which I enjoy. This is the Coleus, Celosia and Lobelia pot that has a, I'm trying to remember all the names, sorry, that has a, what is it? Scabiosa in the middle. Is it a scabiosa? I think it's a scabiosa. Number 2, I know I've been working at the maternity hospital Monday to Friday the past little while. I'm over it. How are you? I'm well. I have been enjoying summer maybe a little bit too much. I think I have to kind of buckle down and work for a couple of weeks and like no friendship stuff and just be like, I can't see anyone. But the problem is that I've already made so many commitments for this summer. Just honestly, I've been going to see my sister in Ottawa a lot. I've been going to see my sister all the time here. I've been seeing my parents all the time. I booked a trip for this weekend to see my friend in Owen Sound, which is like 3 hours away. I went and saw my friend in Toronto. It's just like, there's like a lot of people. And then my other friend with the twins, I'm seeing her often. I just feel like I haven't been sitting down and like doing my job like a good girl. So I feel a little bit bad about that. But I think for July, most of July, I'm going to be buckling down and getting work done. I hope. This is the Clarkia Mountain Garland, and behind it is the Nasturtium Peach Melba, and then behind that there is also a pink California Poppy. I just wanted you to see how pretty it starts getting towards the end of its season. Clarkia Mountain Garland at the beginning of its season, it's kind of a lot more simple looking. It gets so elaborate and ruffly at the end of the season, and I don't know why, but it's so pretty and it looks like tropical. And they last as a cut flower for like 5-6 days, maybe more. Honestly, they last a long time as a cut flower. Usually I'm replacing the bouquet well before the Clarkia starts to die. Good luck, Candace. I'm sure you'll do well though. Crap, you're going to the hospital Friday for work on the ticker. Wish me luck. Candace, it's gonna go great. It's gonna go great. It's gonna go smoothly. And if it doesn't go smoothly, you're gonna be in the best location with the best people to fix anything. So it's going to go great. But even if it doesn't, the people who are taking care of you are the best at what they do. So you're in the best location for the situation, but it's going to go great. Also, my purple castor bean plant is growing. Not specifically fast, but it's growing. Also, look, I scattered a whole packet of seeds for Johnny Jump Ups in the spring, and they're just flowering now, but they're so sweet. They're so little. Aren't they cute? What the heck? Look how little they are. They're just babies. I love Johnny's. Aren't they cute? Gosh, I love the one in the back with the white on it. So pretty. These used to grow in my lawn in my childhood home growing up. Like they were just like a plant that came up in the spring. Aren't they sweet? Anyway, obsessed. Also obsessed with this nasturtium, which is like red, but it has this purpley, bloody sort of color in it. Do you see the shine is kind of got a purple? So it's red, but when you see it from certain angles, it's like a different purpley red. Okay, now we're going to get into the clouds. Alex and I were driving, and I saw these clouds, and I literally took pictures of them to use as reference for the next time I'm painting a sky, because it's so pretty. Don't worry, there's close-ups. I took pictures of them multiple times. Look at these beautiful ass clouds. Look at 2 different varieties right next to each other. Nope. 3 different varieties. Look at those cirrus. Look at that. Look at those clouds. Oh, with the wisp. Oh, so pretty. The big fat clouds, the wispy clouds, the gray sort of one. Ooh, I love clouds. And this, look at those. Oh God, look at these. This one is like my favorite cloud in this picture, even though my favorite type of cloud is these gorgeous cumulonimbus. Look at how pretty those cirrus are. Look at them. Oh, they're so wispy, like little ghosts. I still want to know who the duck is coming on the right in that one pic. It's the giant duck. What are you talking about? The giant duck. I don't have a picture with a giant duck. Anyway, these are gorgeous. Do you not see the duck cloud? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking in the cloud for a duck. I'm looking at the clouds themselves for photo reference or for painting reference. Look at this cloud. Are you kidding? I've never heard them called Johnny Jump Ups. That's so cute. We call them pansies or heartsies. So pansies is what they're called also, but pansies kind of encompasses all of the pansy shaped flowers that you can get at the garden center also. Like pansies, yes, those are included in pansies, but they're like the wild type of pansy. Like they're naturalized here in some places. So they're called Johnny Jump Ups because they come up early in the season, and also I think they're also referred to as violas. Definitely as violas. My grandpa called them violas. My mom called them Johnny Jump Ups. Look at these clouds. Do you even care about the things that I'm obsessed with? We pulled over into, we're in a parking lot here. We pulled over into a parking lot so that I could get a better photo of this cloud. Alex is a good man. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, I want you guys to see more plants now. Let's look at plants. So this one is a Clarkia mountain garland. It's gorgeous, obviously. Obsessed. Oh, we went to a Canada Day thing. I was taking a picture. We sat down. We were on a blanket. Everyone around us was seated on a blanket. And then these 2 groups stood up in front of everyone during the fireworks to film the fireworks. Look with your eyes. I was so annoyed. Do you see they're all, I had my phone up. I'm aware. The hypocrisy, I'm aware. But I was taking a picture of them from the angle of seated so you could understand they were blocking everyone behind us. We were about halfway to the front. So this group just stood up and started filming and talking and taking pictures, and everybody around them was like, we literally all brought blankets to sit on. These people didn't, and then they just walked in front of everyone. We had like solidarity in the way we felt that these people were annoying. Here's the picture that I got of Alex and me last night. This is the one picture that I took of us before the fireworks started. I hope you enjoy it. I know it's a really good photo. You can definitely tell how cute we look. And now let's get back to the garden. Alex even asked, is it a good picture? And I said, it's probably fine. Well, it wasn't. This is one of my oxalis. Very cute. Also, my purple oxalis, Louisa, where is she? I'm going to be showing you guys my coffee plant because my coffee plant, who is named Louisa, is so amazing. Louisa is also a member of our chat usually. But my coffee plant is doing so well and I'm so excited to show you her. But also look at my oxalis. This is Frida. This is the original Frida, the purple oxalis triangularis. And all of the leaves are coming back. It's one of those things where I nearly kill this plant every winter right at the end of winter. And I don't worry about it when it gets to that point. I just... like once it all dies, I stop watering it. I just leave it. Like I try to keep it alive all winter. Slowly it dies back until the point where it's just dead. I leave it and then I put it outside in the spring and she just comes back to life. She's a beaut. She's the best. Another great picture and another oxalis. Okay. And now more oxalis. I know. It's important. And then this was also important. I started taking pictures this morning and then look at who came to join me. Look at this stupidly cute face. Isn't he cute? Look at how well behaved he is. Look at that. There's a cat in the room with us right now. The cat is behind me and look at him. Look at how good he is. Such a good boy. He's going to be so smart eventually. Right now, not very smart. Eventually, so smart. Look at him. He's so little. Look at his little face. His whole head would fit in my hand. And he just comes up underneath your leg and just asks for love. Obsessed. He's very sweet. He obviously was a woman's dog. Like there is no, like I know this because I met his mom, but I mean like this dog, he barks at every single man when we're on a walk. He does not bark at women when we are on a walk. He does not bark at women with dogs. He does not bark at multiple women. He barks at men, and he barks at a man with a dog. He doesn't bark at the dog. He barks at the man. He sniffs the dog and wags his tail and then barks at the man. And I am like 100% okay with that. I literally, the only people I need to want to come up to my dog generally are girls. I'm okay with all men being at least mildly annoyed, but maybe even mildly scared by my dog. I'm aware he's like 5 pounds. Maybe he might not even be 5 pounds. He's very light. He is little, but he is tough and he believes in himself and I believe in him. He can do anything. Okay, back to the plants. Sorry, that was a distraction, but it was worthy because are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at him. Look at his face. Look at his little nose. Here, I'll do this so that we can look at him at the same time. He's important. I know. There. That's better. You're welcome. Sweet little angel baby. He is baby. He's 7 years old. He's basically like just a child or an adult. Don't worry about it. It's not important. He's a dog. He's a baby. He will always be baby now. Body of a Chihuahua who thinks he's a white wolf. He does actually think that he's a large dog, which is hilarious because he met my mom and dad's dog, Phil, and my mom and dad's dog is a standard poodle, and he's like big and lanky and dopey because he's a standard poodle. So he like runs around and his limbs are all over the place. Toby and him like ran together. He didn't bark at Phil. He like sniffed his nose, wagged his tail, sniffed his bum. He had to step up on his hind legs to sniff his bum, but he did. We were all like, okay, this dog is just chilling. And then they played like running around games. And he's so sweet. But every single time my dad came into the room, he barked. My dad took his hat off and Toby barked. My dad put his hat back on before going outside and Toby barked. Like Toby was like, there's a different man. So he's not really like super bright, but like he loves me and he'll protect. Okay, here's my marigolds. I know you love them as much as I do. Another shot of that beautiful castor bean plant. More violas. This was this morning, so there are going to be some repeats. Okay, so this is something that's happening in my garden. I think it's verbena, but it's like the wild native verbena, because I grow verbena. My mom grows the flower verbena. This does not look anything like that, but that's what I bought it as at the garden center. I think it's a native plant though. I was trying to get you context for how tall it is. It's like 4 feet tall. Do you see it? It's like a big long stem. It's got cute purple flowers on it, but they're little. Like I would venture to call them insignificant blooms. Again, I'm happy. I like all flowers. All flowers are welcome in my home, but it felt a little bit like lackluster. Don't think I've ever seen that, right? Also, the yarrow is amazing. Right now, there's a dead zone between the pink and the apricot. That's the white, and I cut it all back so that it can grow back again more flowers for us. So there's already a bunch of stems coming up in the middle, but it looks like there's an empty zone because right now what's flowering is the bright pink and the apricot, and I have lots of both right now. And the bright pink is looking so pretty. I want to dry some of this. My sister, if you remember last year, we made a bouquet on stream together of dried flowers for my sister, and she loves it. And I said, I'd love to do that for you every summer. And she said, well, I don't need another. I like this one. And I was like, okay, well, you can like have another. And she was like, oh, okay, I'd have another, but I don't want to replace this one. I like this one. So I said, okay. And then she saw these flowers when I was showing her my garden, and she said, do those dry? I love them. I would love them in a dried flower bouquet. So I think they do. We just have to figure out how. Here's what the apricot ones are looking like. I think they're so lovely. I don't know how they're going to dry. Like, will they turn brown? Maybe. We'll see. Oh, also, Candace, come pay attention. Look at the screen now. This is the Rose Campion. Rose Campion. Campion. Rose Campion. I don't know how it's spelled. It's camp and then I-O-N, like champion, but with no C-H. So I'm saying campion, but I don't know. But she's here. The soft apricot is so pretty, isn't it? She finally bloomed. 2 years in the making. And there's flowers coming from all over now. Camp Pion. Okay, Rose Campion. It's pretty. It's not the prettiest thing in the world because it's taken a long time to flower. I think that as it has a large bunch, as the bunch grows, this is a perennial, so it's going to grow bigger each year. I think a larger bunch of it is going to give more emphasis or more excitement because it just has one big flowering stalk right now. There's a few behind it, but I think if it had like 10 of them, the impact would be a lot more stark. The one thing I really do like about it that I'm really happy about is the texture of the leaves. It's almost like a lamb's ear, but it's not quite as fuzzy as a lamb's ear. But it's fuzzy and it's kind of blue. You can see compared to the other greens in this picture, it's a lot more like gray. It's very pretty. Fuzzy leaves are delightful. We pronounce it as rhyming with champion. You're right, campion. With room to spread, it would be more there. Yeah, so I think that I'm going to just let it stay in this pot one more year. I'm not going to repot it this fall because I want to give it a shot at like, oh, it's a parrot. I was like, what am I seeing back here? One of the birds is just eating. There's cherries. We got cherries. I have cherries to eat too. Anyway, Rose Campion. It's going to be a beautiful shade garden plant. And most of the time I see it in the shade, where I live anyway. When I walk around the neighborhoods, there are people who have this and they have it in the shade. So I think this is going to be part of like a semi-shade area, but I like the color of the leaves a lot. I'm very pleased with them. Also, this happened. My straw flowers are all about to bloom, but can you see on the straw flowers, there's like 10 ants. Straw flowers, when they're opening, they always have ants all over them. They must have a sweet nectar of some sort. I took another picture with them in focus so you could see how weird it is. It's like they're just obsessed with the straw flower. There's no aphids, so it's not like they're cultivating aphids. They're just all hanging out on there. Like peonies. Yeah, like peonies. I think that the flower must be sweet. Oh, guess what? It is a Queenie Lime orange. So the orange part is definitely orange. It's kind of more apricot, because there is a pink in the middle. You can see in the middle it goes a little bit pink, and then towards the end it's like the palest, like orangey yellow. But the new petals coming out of the middle have that green tip on them. So this is the Queenie Lime orange, but it's beautiful. It's turning out really nice. I'm very pleased with it in the garden. Here's what it looks like a little bit farther away. Oh, I love those. Yeah, it's not done yet. It's not open. This is the first flower. I should have cut it off, but I really wanted to see it, so I didn't. And now it's a small plant in the garden, but the flower is about like that big, so it is a full-size flower, which is great. There's what it looks like in the garden. Oh, it really does pop, actually. The green starts to look green. So there's what it looks like in the garden. You can see it's paired up. There's a pink one that I didn't even see until later on in my photo set. So there's a pink one here, and then there's also the Clarkia Mountain Garland, which is doing very well all over the garden. Another candy tuft, looking cute. Also, look at this nasturtium. Are you kidding me? She's gorgeous. Candy tuft up close. Very cute. Very, very whimsical. Very fairy garden. The pansies are still fine. They don't seem to even be slowing down. Like maybe they're a little bit smaller than they were in the spring, but they're making just as many flowers. I thought they were going to fully die off by now, but they seem to be It's been a heat wave. They have no reason to be still alive, but they don't seem to be bothered at this moment. So that's fine. Also, Amaranth Velvet Curtains is putting out its first flower frond. This is just a small plant, but it's already starting to push out the flower, so good for you. The celosia is getting taller now, which is awesome. It's probably just over 12 inches tall, this purple one. And then this one's coming up on a foot, the pink Gomphrena. This is going to be a beautiful section of the garden once these start really putting out flowers. Also, the Chantilly Snapdragons this morning I was obsessed with them. I was just staring at it for like 15 minutes this morning while I drank my coffee because they are the prettiest colors. It goes orange up to pink, and I feel like it just looks so whimsical and romantic and gorgeous. And I love them. Don't worry, I took more pictures of them so that you could see. Isn't that the prettiest thing? Obsessed with it. Here's another one that's opening. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same color. Like it's pink right now, but I think it's going to be like this, where they fade to that orange color. Also, the Calendula Indian Prince is making a lot of flowers pretty much every day. I'm pulling off deadheads now, which is great. Once it starts getting too many flowers for me to deadhead every day, that's when I'll start collecting them for tea and salves and stuff like that. Chantilly Snapdragons are lovely too, aren't they? This is just the back of the 5 foot across garden. I just wanted you to see how big the Cleome is getting. That's the spiky looking one. Then the purple Amaranth, and then there's a Cleome back behind it on the other side as well. So this should be a pretty section in about a month. Also, the Daydream Cosmos look so pretty. I'm so happy with them. These were gifted to me, and I love them. Thank you for gifting them. But I love the... it was Alana, right? Who gifted these? Yeah, it was Alana. These are so pretty, though. This is just the first one, and it looks like paint was painted over it. Like, do you see the way the lines are? And it's kind of blotchy in some spots. It literally looks like someone painted these. They're so pretty. So that's going to be fun. So that's the 5 foot garden, just from a little bit back. Oh, here's the double feverfew. Aren't they the cutest? I need to find out if these can dry for dried flower arrangements. More Clarkia. I love the blue silver undertones in those, right? Yeah. They very, very nice. Okay. Next. Excuse me. Okay, so here is my aloe. This lives inside, up high on a shelf. It gets watered so infrequently when it lives inside. Like, honestly, I should probably find a better spot for it to live so that I can water it more regularly, but it hasn't died yet. And every winter it comes inside and it goes to the same location in this house. And in our old house, it was in like the same kind of lighting. Excuse me. That one snuck up on me. Anyway, in the summer, it goes out in the shade first, and then it gets moved to a partial sun, partial shade, and now it's in a partial sun, partial shade, and you can see the new growth is totally happy, like blue. The old growth is healed, so when it came outside, it was very much bug damaged by thrips, but somehow it healed its injuries. I didn't know it could do that. Like, you can see the brown frond in the middle here. Let me see if I can drag it. The one brown frond, almost all of the plants had multiple of those on the edges of their leaves, but most of the leaves seem to have like miraculously recovered. So go off, queen. Here's the middle. You can see where the new growth, all the blue has grown since I put it outside. You can see it's like a straight line of growth. The blue, so that growth is just from since probably 1 month. Also, this begonia is so pretty. This begonia, I got it for $3, I think I paid at a garden center because of how pretty it was. I don't typically care much for begonias. They don't really do much for me, usually. However, look at the gorgeousness. It makes the garden around it look blue. Like, the camera adjusts for how bright this flower is, and it makes the garden around it appear like straight up blue. It's so pretty. I love these colors. Pink and yellow are like my favorite things. Anyway, it's a beautiful begonia. You can't even see the leaves because there's so many flowers. I don't know how it's photosynthesizing. It's beautiful though. Also, this is another Little Ladybirds Cosmo. I had to remember the name. This one has a little bit more orangey red to it. Cute. That one kind of snuck up on me. Also, more agrostemma. I pulled out like 10 more of those plants. They are all over my garden. I feel like this is being treated this year now like a weed. I used it some for bouquets, but like it's not giving enough. So it's like every time I want a bouquet, I end up pulling out the plant that I use in the bouquet of agrostemma. It's fine. It just feels like it's taking up sunshine from other plants that give me more joy. Okay, ready to look at my coffee plant. This is where my excitement was overloaded this morning. I was like, this is looking huge. So I tried to get an angle so that you could see how like full it is. This is me like holding the pot sideways so you can see there's like a branch coming off of it, but then there's this big leafy tuft on top. And like, it's so healthy. This plant almost dies every single winter. This winter, I'm going to be so responsible and I'm going to put grow lights on it and I'm going to take really good care of it, and it's not going to almost die this winter. But right now, it's not winter time and it looks so healthy and it's got so many growth points. Don't worry, I took close-up photos for you. Look at all the growth points on it. Do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down here, 6. Up here, 7. 7 growth points just on these top. Oh, 8. 1 over there. Are we holding you to that? We're going to try. We're going to do our best. Anyway, there's a bunch of new growth points and it's looking so healthy. Like, look how many leaves are coming out of one spot. All the parts that are green, do you see where it's like woody? That's where it was when I put it outside. All the new growth is all new. So slick and shiny leaves. Almost looks waxy. It is waxy. But down here, you see where that wood line is? This leaf, this little branch that's coming out sideways here, didn't exist. There was like 2 leaves on the plant when I put it outside. It was like almost dead. And now, she's just gorgeous. I'm so pleased. The dark green leaves is very pleasing. Agreed. This is just a bunch of impatience in the shade. This was important. That's so much growth. That's great, right? I know, it's very rewarding. This is important. So here you go. This is just in case you needed to see. This is what he looks like. This is another one. This is my money tree. Money tree or umbrella tree? Which one is this? This one's the money tree, isn't it? This is my money tree. This is the only one that is alive. Candace gave me 3 of them, braided together, and I separated the braid because I thought I could do that, and 2 of them died like instantly. The other 2 survived for a couple of years together until last year. The other one died. I tried to reroot it. It died. But now the one that is left, new growth. You can see the leaf that is the winter leaf. The original leaf is over on the side looking dead. But these 2, these are new ones, and they are not looking dead. We love that. Mr. Boba Face. He's just a little guy. This is my mint. Candace, ta-da. Well, that's something. This is one of my mint containers. I have 2 containers that are just dedicated to growing mint. I don't harvest it often, but I love it, and I love how it looks, so I grow it. Yes, there is a lantern in it. I tried to take you out a zoomed out picture. So there's the aloe, the coffee, and the money tree, and then there's this big metal galvanized steel raised garden bed that's 3 feet by 2 feet, and inside of that garden bed I put a pot with the lantern, so it's like a whole thing. I like styled my backyard. I'm just an artist. Here's another angle of the back shade area, shade garden. This is more houseplants, and they're doing really well. This is a Dieffenbachia, dumb cane. And this was my sister's, and I almost killed it, but then I put it outside and it put out like 10 new leaves in a month. So thank God I did not kill it. Same thing with this. This was also my sister's, and I almost killed it by getting it thrips. You can see the oldest leaf right here has thrips, or had thrips. They've been killed off by outdoor insects. Same with this leaf at the back over here, had thrips also. But all the new leaves are beautiful, healthy, unmarred by insects, because there are a lot of predator insects in my backyard. Like, look at that thing. Gorgeous. She didn't die. Very happy with that. Also, so many growth points are just coming out of this plant. Snake plant didn't die. Love that for us. Another pothos leaf coming out. Love that for us. Here's kind of like a angle of the shade garden. I took a few pictures that maybe aren't best angles, but I was trying to like show more things. This is my largest snake plant. This lives in Alex's office, which is virtually fully dark all the time. Like in the wintertime, this plant, I put it as close to the window as it can get and high up, so it's getting light from like the light, but it's the darkest room in our house. It faces north, so it's very rarely gets sunlight, and the only sunlight it gets is like it's bright outside, so light comes in the window. It's not like there's any direct sun coming in the window. So this thing suffers in the winter, and then it thrives in the summer, and I don't think I need to repot it at all this year. I think it's going to be fine. But you can see there's new growth, there's babies. There are a few leaves that are like floppy, but for the most part this is doing fine. This is just another basket of ferns unfurling with some hostas. Gorgeous, glorious, very pleased. Okay, moving forward, these are my shadiest section plants. So these are my hostas and wild violets. I almost said African violet. These are my hostas and my wild violets. Raven, amazing. That doesn't like get sunburnt in the summer. I love a good cast iron plant. Hold on, which one am I talking about? Oh, it doesn't get sunburned in the summer, but it's in the shade. This is like in the shade. It probably gets like an hour of dappled direct sunlight, like where the sun is beaming down, but there's like beams in the way, so it doesn't get, and there's like a tree in the way. Anyway, it never is getting too much light. Anyway, my hostas look amazing because they are in virtually full shade. They get sunlight from like 9 until maybe 10:30 in the morning, so it's never harsh light. The ferns are very happy with that. The hostas are very happy with that, and so are the wild violets. At the front end of the shade garden, I have more of my house plants because these ones don't really want a lot of direct light, but they want a lot of indirect light. So this section gets direct light from like 7:40 in the morning until probably like 11:30 in the morning. And then for the rest of the afternoon, it's like in dappled light and then shade. But in this section, I have my sister's monstera that was dying in the house. I cut it all apart. It had 0 leaves, literally 0 leaves. I only had 2 sticks, but I repotted them. I fertilized them and watered them, and now there's 4 leaves on this plant. So it didn't die. We love that for me. And then also my bird of paradise, very sad, yes, but not dead. There's another angle. So down here is the umbrella tree. You can see it's growing too. This is me in the shade garden facing out. I just wanted you to have a little bit more like size context, I feel like. So this is another angle of the garden. This is not the shade garden that you're looking at. This is like the full sun garden. Random poppy. I didn't wipe my lens, so it's all foggy, but this is what the garden looks like. I just wanted you to be able to see kind of like the colors, you know, like what's popping out to you as like a bright color. And for me, it's like the orange Chantilly Snapdragon, the Coleus in the middle, the orange marigold over on this side. That's kind of what's grabbing my attention. And then on the other side, I don't know where this I do know where this red solo cup came from. It had a plant in it. That's why there's a marker next to it. Sorry, I didn't put it away, and now I look like a slob. But it had a plant in it. I got a free plant at a garage sale. Anyway, this is what the garden looks like from a little bit farther back, so you can kind of see what catches your eye. And this is the most sunny spot, I feel like, in the garden, this section. And the colors are really popping right now. I kept trying to find a way to show angles of the colors. Hopefully you get it. More importantly, I was trying to get Toby to look at the same time that he like is next to flowers, but he just kept looking past or away. There we go. There's the one. That's the money shot. Stop it. His eyes literally look like they're looking. Oh, why is the mouse off? Come back. His eyes literally look like they're looking in 2 completely different directions. Come on, turn back on. Connected. Thank you. Look at this. Stop it. You can tell his brain is very small. More Clarkia Mountain Garland. Obsessed. I love this flower so much. I wish it would last longer into the summer. It's okay. We have another zinnia opening. I literally didn't even notice this one back here. That's from a different plant, and that's definitely a Queenie Lime Orange. How exciting. He's surveying all angles for safety. Yes, he's a guard dog. A very good boy. Anyway, this pink one, I think this is called Giant Salmon Pink. I grew several colors that I labeled, so this is what it looks like in the garden. And when taking this photo, I didn't even realize there's a zinnia opening behind it. So that means within the next 2 weeks, we are going to be entering zinnia season, where we're going to be having bouquets of zinnias. Here's another angle of those Queenie Lime and then the purpley pink. This is just a really pretty nasturtium. It's so pure. It's just sunshine yellow, gold, gorgeous. Like, it's the most pure looking yellow. I'm obsessed with it. I'm saving seeds from that. Hold on a sec. Look at how pretty it is. It's just like a gold blip. So nice. Here's what that little garden bed looks like. I love how the Clarkia kind of like glitters a bright color in through the garden. Okay, this is where I was trying to get photos of the blue petunia with the yellow nasturtium with the Clarkia Mountain Garland. I was trying to get all 3 colors in the same shot together, and I just couldn't quite get it. I feel like this was the best I could get, where it has the blue petunias in it, and wow, that's so blue. I know, my mom does, I don't know, magic of some sort. It in real life, it does have a purple energy, but photographs cannot pick it up. It, like this one here, this one that's closed, is more accurate to the actual color. I feel like that one they're so blue. They are so blue, but they're also purple. They're really like quite like ultraviolet. That blue is crazy. Flowers that color are really hard to get. Well, my mom has been saving seeds and making plants for many years. And this is where we ended up. They are blue. Like, I'm not trying to like downplay how blue they are, but they are like less. They have more. There is purple in them. I feel like you can see it better in this picture. Do you see the like purpliness? It's got purple. Anyway, it looks beautiful against the other colors. Also, look at this coleus. Blurple. It's totally blurple. This coleus is stunning. I will save seeds. Oh, time to deadhead her. Look at a little flower crown starting to come out. Not yet. This is my hybrid nasturtium. This nasturtium is like ugly by nasturtium standards, but I am in love with it because it's different from how it should look, and I think it's pretty. So it's ugly because the petals are small, the color is gray and magenta, and the lines, it's not right for a nasturtium, but look how pretty it is. Isn't it pretty? She can stay. I'm allowing her to stay. Even though technically, like, you can see when the flower's closed, it looks normal, like a nasturtium. Just like purple. But for some reason, it just doesn't open right. It's okay, though. She can stay. But isn't it pretty? No, I actually really like that. I think it's pretty. It is pretty. It's just not right. It's like something went wrong with this nasturtium. But it is still pretty. Like, I still like it. It's just not, it's not true to form or whatever. Isn't it pretty, though, in the context of my garden? This one is also really pretty. The flower is whatever. I don't care about the flower for this one because it's just like a yellow one. But the leaves are gorgeous, so I've let this one stay, even though the flowers are a little bit too close to orange for my preferences. Also here, I just wanted you to see how much pink there is in this little section. Another picture of another, what is this called? Candy tuft. Another candy tuft. My sweet peas, you can see they're just kind of failing. Like, they're all going to seed very quickly. They're now only putting out 1 flower per stem, maybe 2 flowers per stem. At the beginning of the season, they were putting out like 5 on 1 stem. Oh well. Another Clarkia that's doing like the most. Look at the ruffles on this. And then last but not least, my straw flowers are looking phenom. I really like them. I'm really excited about them. I loved drying straw flowers last year. Okay, here's another sweet pea. Okay, and this is an overhead shot of my garden. I wanted you to kind of like understand how it folds in the backyard. This is the other side of the same shot. This is kind of an overhead middle shot. There is a shot here I took that has the whole thing. There. Is that the whole thing? It's missing the other side. But this is kind of where we're at right now, is we've got this big section in the front, the side of the shade, and then there's kind of a middle section. But this front section is like a W, so there's like 3 lines of it. I'm very pleased. Hi, I want to draw dry straw flowers for my wedding buttonholes. Do you have tips other than just hang them upside down? Excuse me. I found it really effective. If you have a dehydrator slinky, cut your stems like a little bit longer than you need, maybe. Take all the leaves off and then put them in the dehydrator with the flower head on. It'll dry out open and beautiful, and then the stem will be perfectly hard. You could also just hang them upside down. This is my regular feverfew. It's pretty, and I like it. And this is my other pot of yarrow. It's pretty, and I like it. And this is my basil pot. It's pretty, and I like it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. These were the flowers of the weekend. It wasn't a weekend. It's Wednesday. But it felt like a weekend because yesterday was Canada Day, and there were so many people around. And that made it feel like a weekend. Okay, girls and boys. theys and gays. Okay, everyone, is what I was trying to say. Let's get into painting. I do need to plug in my phone. Do I? I could probably plug it in after. My computer keyboard was so close to being dead. It's fine. I'm just gonna plug in my phone. It's more important. Fab, thank you. I'm using Silvery Rose from your seeds. Yay! The Silvery Rose I think that was my favorite color. I think, because the apricot ended up being really orange. And you know me, I'm always trying to avoid orange. For what reason, Laura? You always end up with a fully orange garden. I don't know what I'm thinking. Obviously I'm not thinking. Okay, so here is what I have: a doggy pee pad on my desk to try and prevent stains. We'll see how I do. Here is what the painting, let me get into frame. Here's what the painting looks like right now. Excuse me. It's coming along. It's not like perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is the painting of the farm and field that we did together. I started a new painting, and you guys can tell me what you would rather work on. Would you rather work on the new painting, which is going to have a big tree in the middle, like here? Or would you rather work on the farm painting, which will be continuing adding flowers, working on the cows, and adding more foreground stuff, versus trying to draw a large tree and also just general painting? I was enjoying myself and I wanted to keep painting, but I didn't want to work on this without you guys, so I started a new thing. And this is my attempt at rolling hills. Cows, please. Very good. Candace, I think the new one. Okay, well, somebody needs to break this tie. You break the tie while I go get the paint, because I stored it instead of letting it dry out. Toby, you're so cute. You're such a good boy. Oh, yes, you are. You're so good. You're so sweet. You're so little. I love you, mister. I love you. Okay. You don't have to follow me. I'm getting paint. You don't have to come. Okay, you can come. Whatever you want, Tobe. I've been calling him Tobias and Tobe a lot. Do I need to be calling him that? No. But I can't stop myself. I keep being like, hey there, Tobe. And when he's being difficult, I say Tobias. Okay, this is, even though it's a very cute apron, I don't want to get my dress dirty, and aprons are meant to get dirty. Hopefully I don't get it dirty, but it's mostly just about protecting my actual clothes. Well, that's not going to protect anything if it's this short. We've got our chicken apron. So we get a new eye for the farm. It was so much better after the first break you took on it. Think about how much better the cows will be if you take another break. Man, maybe. I don't know what cows look like. I don't even know if I want this to have cows anymore. One thing I would like to do, though, is paint more flowers and stuff. I tried to do a little bit of work on the tree. Candace, while your reasoning is sound, the fact that Raven wants the cows, I think I'm going to honor Raven's request. They just feel more stern in their resolve. You seem suggestive. They seem, assertive. You're like, whatever you like. Whereas Raven is like, do the cows. I feel like I'm going to fold to the peer pressure and I'm going to do the cows. But I need to look at what cows look like far away, because this is what I've got. Squares. Cows. Far away. Let's see what cows look like far away. Raven, I just like them, they're cows. I like them, they're cows. Cows far away. Let's see. Okay, 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 okay. So they do kind of just look like squares. Here's what they look like. Far away. Mostly just a square. This is a good, I feel like this is a good reference. You know? Not too crazy. Fold to the all caps, literally. I will fold to the all caps. Okay, so I feel like we didn't ruin the cows, so that's good. What I do think is that I'm gonna need to go in with a pencil a little bit to kind of, or maybe I'll go in just with paint, but like green paint. The cow is pooping. Don't worry about that. That's not what's important here. What's important here is, what does a cow look like when their head is down? Okay, so the things we have to kind of adjust are the cows need to have a dip in their back. They need to have 4 legs instead of just 2, because apparently we can see those even far away. They have leg number 1. Good. And leg number 2. Get out of here, Bia. Oh, she just stole one of my cherries. And then the front legs are like leg number 1, leg number 2. And then the tummies are not that bad. It's honestly, it's not that bad. And the neck comes down. I think I was a little far away on the neck. And then the ear is like that. And then the head is like that. Okay, so let's try this again. I have all my paints here. I would love to mix them where you can see, because I feel like watching mixing paint happen is very rewarding to my disposition. I don't know how you guys feel. Okay, I'm trying to find the way that I can work the most comfortably, that you guys get the best view. It's hard though. It's like I want to have you like this, so that it's upright for you, but then you're not quite close enough. Hold on. And then I could do like this. I want to be like more this way. Don't worry, friends. I'm gonna figure this out, and we are gonna have such a good time painting these here cows. Okay. Does that seem too close? Okay. There. That's the quadrant we're working on. Do you think that's okay? I know there's a shadow. How's the vibe? Do you feel okay with it? Should I zoom in more? It's like I want it to be not quite the direction it's in. It's all right. It's all right. What if I do a little bit of this? Hold on. And then do this and this. That's a little better, huh? And then if we go like this, just a little bit. And like this, just a little bit. Okay. Cool. Now you can see the paint mixing, which is cool. We love paint mixing, don't we? And then we just need a little bit this way, just a teensy, just a little smidge. There we go. That way it's like the correct orientation for you guys. And also it is a way that I can see what I'm doing. There. All right, now we are working as a team. Now that's brain work. We're very smart people, you and us. You and I. All right, so we're gonna need paintbrushes and we're gonna need paint. And what are we gonna do first? Are we going to erase what we've done? No. So we're gonna go with some green, and we're gonna just blot out the areas where I feel there is too much cow. And we can deal with making that look better later. Right now it's just about blocking out the shape better. Okay, I just need to be able to see a couple things at once here, one sec. Okay, so we have their head has got to be closer to the body. So this whole section is dead to us. Good bird. I hear you, Beelzebub. Good bird. All right. Then we've got leg number 1, and there will be space between leg number 1 and leg number 2. Are my legs long enough? And then leg number 2 and leg number 1. Okay. And you kind of come in and then you go out. Okay. That's more cow shaped, so that's good. And I'm gonna do the same thing to, okay, so cows' heads almost the same height as their bodies. Who knew? Do you see how high up I drew their heads? Cows' heads do not come up that high. I'm looking at pictures of cows. They just are not like that. So we'll give her a swayed back. And then she can also be standing in grass, so she doesn't have to have her whole like her whole leg showing. And that's the tail, that's fine. This is gonna come in and out. Good. And then that's gonna be a leg. Good. And then her tummy and udder and whatever. It's better anyway, better shape. We will continue to modify that shape. We still have to put in her head again. Same thing with this one. The head is all weird and wrong. And this one, the head is so far away. I know that this green is not covering everything up just yet, and that's okay. It doesn't have to. It's just to cover up so that we know what we're working on. Like, this is our green screen to green blot it all out. And then after everything, we can match the green. Okay, so I think the far away cow is probably fine. I don't think we really need to do like anything to make that one look accurate. I think just the closer cows probably matter a little more. Okay, so there's where her leg will go. She'll have a big udder because these are milk cows, not beef cows. And then she's got to sway back. And there's her leg. Cool. Much better. Very good. Okay, now I'm gonna get some colors mixed up. I'm just gonna mix up like some yellowy green with white so that it's got some opacity. And then I'm gonna use that to kind of blot out my cows even more. Just with some dots so that there's good blending happening in there. And luckily all of our paint is dry, so this isn't gonna offend painting very much. We are gonna have to do multiple coats to fully cover all of these errors, but that's okay. We have time and we have paint. I'm just gonna get as much of it kind of out of my way before we start making like the shape of the cow with white and black again. I don't know if we're gonna go back in and repaint the fence. Brr. Okay. I feel like this cow looks pretty good over here. This one's not doing it for me. Get more yellow in there. What'd you say Gary for, Beelzebub? We are going to have a lot of retouching to do. I feel like that guy, the Barthom, you know, the paint guy, he does retouching on old paintings, and he's like super talented. I think he's in New York or something. You know. And if you don't, you're missing out. Why can't I remember the name? It's because it's a long last name and I just left it out of my memory, I guess. Anyway, he retouches old artwork and it's very fun to watch. Not retouches, he like restores it. What does he call it? What he does though? It's something else. Restoration. And he always says like, this one is UV, this, he like recovers them after with varnish. He's like, this one is a fully reversible. This is fully reversible. Everything he does is fully reversible. Just in case some artist wants to fix what I've done in the future. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Oh, I know that channel. I like that channel. Conservation or restoration. Baumgarter. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's the one. Good bird, good bird. I hear you. You're a good bird. Why are you saying come on like that? What are you guys doing? You guys doing some crime? Usually when the birds are doing crimes, they talk to each other and say stuff they know. Or when Beelzebub is trying to convince Gary to do a crime. She'll start saying things like, "You're so cute." And then Gary will be like, "I am, I'll do whatever you say." And then they both do a crime, and then I have to deal with their criminal behavior. Yeah, Baumgartner. Alrighty. You're such a good bird sometimes. Okay, I feel like that's some pretty good. We'll still have some yellow to add later. I feel like these are still a little too green. It's okay though, we can add a lot of yellow back in. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another day and another morning. I'm still painting, in case you're just arriving. I am still painting. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we can start doing the cows, I think. Maybe we should wait like 10 minutes on the cows so that the field can dry. And while that's happening, maybe we'll work on the foreground here. Excuse me. We'll try and do a little bit more stuff here. And I don't know exactly what that's going to mean, but I think it's going to be something with white. You know, like coming back in here and brightening up some of my daisies. Yeah, that's a good idea. Get them to pop a little more. And I don't know what else it needs. Probably gold. Probably we need to have gold in there. I feel like we don't have almost any red in this painting. I'm trying to blend some of the gold with a little bit of white. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 guys, come on. I'm doing gold lines on this so that it becomes a different kind of rock. Oh, you can't see. Lol. Just outside the shot. I'm just trying to make these look more like, ow, like real rocks. Ugh. Sorry, I'm wearing compression socks because I'm old and old people have to wear compression socks, and sometimes they make my legs sore. Okay, there we go. It's a good angle. I just wanted to make the rock a little bit more cool by adding gold in, because rocks have colors in them. Come on, liquefy more. Okay, that did something. So now let's do it again. This time I'll add some canary yellow in, so it's even more bright in terms of like the goldiness of it all. Add a little bit more water. And then I think I'll do this on another rock. It's like I just want there to be some other stuff going on with the rocks. Like, you know, rocks have like glitter in them, but I don't know how to like translate that. So I'll just add glitter. Looks interesting anyway. Something happening. Okay, what else did I want to add? I wanted to do some Queen Anne's lace, and that's with white. And I feel like that goes like here. Okay. Okay, there's my Queen Anne's lace, and that needs a dark green for some stem. I only say it needs dark green because that's what I thought would show up, but it looks like that's not what's happening. Okay. Cool. And this is just kind of blue, like wet blue, just to darken the bottom of it. Cool. I feel like this area right here is dirt. Personally, when I'm looking at this picture, I feel like right here there's rocks, right here there's flowers, here there's flowers, here there's grasses, and I feel like it leads to this little spot right here, which I think is dirt. And so I think we have to make it dirt is my point. So I'm gonna do, for dirt, I'm gonna do orange. And what will I mix up? Orange and blue to start, because that should get us, I don't know, most of the way there. Not quite enough orange. Orange and blue gets us, like I said, a good chunk of the way there. Then we can get yellow or yellowy green. I think I need more yellow. I don't have yellow out right now. I just have this canary. So I'll add a little yellow, getting browner. And then I think we just need a bit more yellow. And then we should be A-okay with a dirt colored brown. I suppose I could have also used purple and gold, and that would have probably got me a good percentage of the way there. Okay, that's still looking a little bit too yellow now. So I'm going to do the tiniest little bit of this super dark blue. Good. A little bit more of that dark blue, because now it's looking a little baby pukey, which is not the end goal here. More dark blue. Don't turn black. You better not. I'm not putting that much blue in. Okay. Because then I'll have to add white, and I don't want to add white. Get more green in here. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now we're at a color that I like. It's a little bit grayer of a brown, which I don't mind one bit. And then I'll dip my whole paintbrush in water, and then I'll bring it over to my little mixy shell. And then I'll go back to it with my wet brush. Back to the shell. Clean off my brush, and bada bing, bada boom. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, a dirt zone. Okay, so in this area here, behind all of this area I think is dirt. Right here. Kind of starting back here. And I don't know how deep of a spot it is, but I can just feel it, don't you think? So if that's like to there. And like you won't be able to see the whole dirt spot because it's going to be covered by stuff in the foreground. Sometimes not everything gets covered by plants, you know? Yeah, totally. That's a dirt spot. Totally. That makes so much more sense than it did to me before. Much more sensible. If you disagree, let me know what you think I should be putting here instead. I also feel like that means I could have some dirt zones elsewhere. Is there anywhere else that would be perhaps less flowered? Maybe back here, this little zone. I just feel like it makes sense, you know? It's a bunny's hidey hole, yeah, or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but maybe that's where the bunny's hidey hole is. All I know is that I feel it. I feel the dirt. The painting was telling me it needed dirt in it. To feel proper and complete. That looks so much better to me. Does that not? I feel like it makes 10 times more sense. Of course the ground is not entirely, totally, completely covered. It's like my brain finally, it's happy with the way that this makes sense now to me. The whole thing makes sense. Look at this makes sense. The dirt could even come through here, I feel like. Like we could have like almost And it's not even going to cover everything. We're going to have a lot of this stuff is covered by the future stuff that we haven't even painted yet. Okay, I feel like the dirt could go all the way to here if we wanted it to. And we can just paint over top of all of this, so if it doesn't look good, we can just undo it. It's so amazing. Maybe this is even a walking path. Who knows? I don't. That's for sure. You on a roll. Yeah, I feel like I get it right now. I feel like I know. I understand. The great circle of life, you know? Maybe it's time for us to start adding some wildlife into the picture. We usually get to that point at some point. That looks so good. Wow, I'm way happier with it. With the dirt area. Who would have thought? Not me. I would have never thought that having a dirt area was going to create so much joy for me. That's so weird. Cool. Okay, I think our cows look pretty much like the green areas are dry, so we can probably go in on the cows again. Oh, my dirt zone looks so good. We will clean up that area to add some greenery around it. Okay, so here's our cow. For our cow, we need to understand how cows are shaped. Okay, so if that's its tail, let's just get a little bit of white for doing some paint stuff. If that's its tail, this is its neck, right? Its neck comes down here and here. And it would pretty much be covering the body. Okay, too much. Okay, and then we have a leg, like coming back. And then a tummy. And then this leg, which comes forward and then goes back and then comes forward again. That's too long though. I think we did a bad job here. It goes back and the forward doesn't come forward so much. It's okay, we'll figure that one out after. Leg number 1 and leg number 2. Okay. Now let me just take some of my green options. And just block out how far that goes. Okay. Cool. Looks good, looks good. And now we have a head to deal with. And the head, if it's eating, is going to be pointed down. And the head starts at the body. Has an ear. Oops, too much water on my brush. Okay. No water on the brush. Okay. And then it starts at the bottom of the body, comes down to the feet. Mostly like a round shape on the one side. And on the other side it's ear, head bone, eye bone, muzzle. Okay. Okay. Cool. So now I can, I don't know what I can do for shaping. I need black paint, but I hate using black paint. Okay. How long are their tails? Their tails do not hang out like that, Laura. Their tails hang straight down. Love that for us. Every time I'm using a new green to fix a mistake, I'm just going ahead and adding it into the background also. Okay, cow eating, here we go. The ear kind of goes back. And the ear is, so we have shoulder, which shouldn't really be higher. And then neck. And then muzzle. You're so cute. That doesn't look like a cow at all. This has a shape like this. Oh, geez. My cow is getting less cow-like. Okay. Neck is fine. Right? Neck. Underneath the jaw. You go like this with your neck. Okay. Then your jaw. It's looking more and more like a pig. Every time I adjust, it's getting more and more pig-like, and that's not the aim I have. Also, oh God. Also, we're losing my fence here. Oh no, my cow doesn't look like a cow. I need more pictures to look at of a cow. I feel like I don't understand exactly what I'm doing wrong, but I understand some of what I'm doing wrong. We get to a point and then we go diagonally down. Try not to worry about how dark I'm using this black paint to fix my mistakes. We can paint over them. Okay, then we have an angle down. This is the angle of his chin, or her chin, I guess. Now, what does your face look like? I can't really see your neck is like this, okay? But you have a foot in the way. And you have another foot in the way. Okay, still not giving cow. I would love if you could, you know, work on looking more like a cow. Be great. I feel like, no, too much water, too much water. Okay. Just hold on a sec, okay? Just hold on. If you're a cow, you have a big belly, as we have established, which also means you are basically the shape of a square. Cool. And then you have skinny little legs. Okay. Again, I'm not super seeing a cow right now. Feel like my cows look more cow-like before. But we're gonna follow through and we're going to make this turn into a cow if it's the last dang thing I do. Okay, so if it's a cow facing its head downward, it has triangle-shaped head that then comes down into like a square muzzle, and she has ears like this, and her head is huge. There. That looks like a cow. Get off my paintbrushes! Go away! Nasty. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with black again, and we're not going to have it bleed onto my page. It's gonna be nice and dry so that we can try to shape out this cow. Okay. I feel like that looks more cow-like to me. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and fix up some of the greens that we did. Need more yellow. I need more yellow, I think. Oh, that's a beautiful yellow. By the way, I hope you guys are not just mortifyingly bored while I paint, but if you are, I appreciate that you're hanging out anyway, despite being mortifyingly bored. Okay, so there's our first cow. Looks good. Now we're gonna blend her in a little bit to the background. We still have to add an udder for her and more detail, but so far she looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. That looks good. I love this pick. Yeah? I'm glad. Okay, so I'm going to do white again. Risky. In order to try and just get my cow without an outline. Okay. Okay, now I have black again. And now with the black I could do her eyes. Okay. All right. Okay. She's looking good. Now she needs an udder, which is going to be pink, which is a nice happy mix of white and red until it feels right. I feel like that's a good pink. And we'll just do her muzzle. And her udder. And then who are you? Where's your head? Your head's this way, so this is your udder. There. I don't know about the points thing. I don't know anything about that. It just did that this morning. I didn't click anything. It just did it on its own. So I guess YouTube is trying something out. That would be my guess. What are you doing, Beelzebub? Okay. I'm almost there, I think. I feel like she's looking pretty good. Looks pretty cow-like now, I think. Anyway. Okay. Is that right? I'll show you it up close to see if you think it looks good. This is what I've got up close. It's not a great cow, but like it's better. Here's one that I haven't, hold on, that I haven't edited is over here. Barely. So that's what they looked like. This is as far as I've gotten. I am going to be putting the fence back in front of her, but I wanted to know that I had finished the main cow colors before I paint that line. There. Now she's behind the fence. Okay, I need to pee. I've been drinking too much coffee. You guys watch this. I am going to put the paint underneath my painting because I have birds who are going to come and try and do bird crimes. I don't think there's anything out that they can't have right now. The paint has been put away, and I'll be back in just a sec. I'm back, and I'm feeling like I don't know what a cow looks like her head is too big or something. Can you shush? I'm making art over here. Shh. Shush. Shush. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. This time, I think I figured it out. I think I know what was wrong. We wouldn't be able to see her other eye. Because her other eye wouldn't even be there. Okay. I think that's as best as I can do. It's not my best. I'm not the best at this cow business we're endeavoring on, but I'll do my best. That's the best I can do. Okay, hold on. Cool. Okay, that's going to be our second cow's face. And we can do some Me nervous? Couldn't be. Okay. Okay. Now just gotta get her leg, which would be here. Cool. She looks great. And then her back leg would be right here, I think. All right, that's the problem. Sorted it out. Okay, that's that, and then we'll do this. Oops, not that much. Not even that much. Okay, and then we'll get my dark green to fix what I just fudged up here. Okay. Okay. That one's actually pretty good. The only thing I feel like, let me see. Candace, I think that the crown is just whoever comments the most during the stream. I think that you're right about that. I think that it's to try and incentivize people to talk more in the chat, I guess. I'm gonna be honest with you, I only noticed it when you started chatting, Candace, and it showed on yours. But no, there was no notification on my end, so YouTube didn't think it was important for me to know about, obviously. I still feel like that neck is a tad pig-like. Okay, so the ears were a problem. Where do the ears go? They go lower, I guess. More like, how do their ears look? If they're smaller than I did. feel like I'm gonna have to go over my black with like a dark gray, because I feel like my painting looks unnatural having such dark black in it. I feel like the black wouldn't be so clean. You know? So I think I should probably do that now because I'm going to be painting a bunch of black. So I think I'll do brown, and then I'll just take some of the black, oh God, and mix it in, because I'm looking at the black of these cows and it's just looking too black to me. So I'll do a little glob of my black paint, and I'll just mix it into this brown. Hopefully. There we go, starting to come around. And then I'll add, where's my dark blue? Here you are. Dark blue to the brown. If you're in a pinch and you need to make black, get your darkest brown and your darkest blue. And that will make a very rich black. Put the dark gray on top parts of the cows so it's the highlight. That's a good idea. But I also want to make the black at least a color that exists. I just feel like that dark black is just not realistic. I still want it to be super dark. Don't get me wrong. That's a better color. Much more like of a rich, it's like a super rich charcoal. It's dark. It's darker and it's nice. Okay, now I'm gonna take some of that. I'm just gonna blotch it over my black cows. See? I knew it. Okay, that makes me happier than the black. It's just a little less. Okay, wash off the brush, and then I'm gonna go in with white again. And this time I'm gonna try and do some details on some of the other cows. I think I'm just going to jump around from cow to cow until I feel like we are Gucci. What about a black cow with white spots? Well, wouldn't a herd be like all the same? Okay. Getting more cow-like. Jump around all you want, just no cow tipping. No cow tipping here. All right, we're getting somewhere, I think. I think these cows are starting to, hey, look like cows. Hey. Okay. Another cow shape. Get out of here, Beelzebub. These are my cherries. Ya dang bird. Okay, now I'm gonna get my super dark. Okay. Something is always wrong with the way that I do the neck and shoulders of these cows. It's coming off just so weird. And I don't exactly know what I'm doing wrong. It's like this neck. It's giving... it keeps giving pig, and that's not what we're doing here. Okay. And then I need my actual black for the lines again. Looks like you're having a good day. Indeed, I am. Very much enjoying myself here. Painting cows. Painting cows and trying my darndest to make them look like cows. Can't say I'm fully effective, but I will say I am having a good time, so that's good. Now I just need to kind of correct some of my stuff. Nope, not the actual cow, Laura. Ugh. I just dabbed the cow with yellow paint. That was not my intention. Just trying to go around him, her. Because my cows are all highlighted now. If it's giving pig, I'm willing to bet the necks are either too fat or too short. I think it was too fat. I think the neck was too fat. I think I'm still gonna leave these a little bit, like, not clear. Because I think if it's too clear, it doesn't make sense, because they wouldn't really be in direct focus, right? Now it looks like a dog. Why did you put the ears that way? No! My paintbrush, whenever it's wet and I'm not expecting it to be wet, and I end up getting water on my paint. Oops. Let's try that again. We have a big triangular head that comes down to a nice friendly face. Okay, now black again. You can do this. We have ears. We have a face. Now you're giving donkey. It's fine. You're a beautiful donkey cow. Now back to my pink. Drip off water. Touch nose. I'm going to give them all little pink noses so that we know they're friendly. And they all have pink udders also. Because they are milk cows. Okay. Why are you donkey? Okay, and then we can do green, green and green, more green, in order to thin your face a bit. Cool, and then we just need some eyes on her. Cool. Now I think we can try our best to fix the background. And the way I plan to do that is to try and make a super yellow green first, and just start dabbing it near, far, around the cows, away from the cows. I think maybe I'll do some lines. Basically, I just want to like hide the fact that we erased parts of our cows. And I think that won't be difficult. I think we could just do like little sections, you know? Get out of my cherries and paintbrushes. And then basically my thought is we could just keep adding yellow, keep adding white, keep adding blue, and just keep adding colors as we like add stuff back in. And my thought is that if we do a bunch of color editing near the cows, and then just add those exact same colors a little bit farther away from the cows. This cow is not the right size. So let's take off its udder. And that way now it's a baby. Okay? See how easy that was? Beelzebub, leave me alone. I'm overstimulated. Having you poke at me right now is not a good idea. Okay. So this is basically going to be a baby cow lying down in the field is what this is. Because now it has no legs. Shush. Hey. No. Yeah, this is a baby cow lying down in the field. Love that for her. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. It's starting to make more sense. Once we get some of these colors out that are like a little too cool toned for this field, I think we'll be Gucci. Cool. Cool. That looks better, I think. I feel good about this now. Leave that cat alone. Sorry, Rohan. Okay, now I think what we need more of is maybe some like long sort of oops, that's not what I meant to do. Some long wispy sort of lines. And I think we could do that with some real dark colors. Cool. Oops, too much paint. So this paint I've loosened it up a bit by just adding some water. Yes, it's still acrylic paint. Oh, I'm not even in focus. I love that for us. Come on, camera. You got it. Anyway, I'm taking my thin black paint, the black paint that we made a little while ago, and I've thinned it out with water, and I'm using a super thin brush just to add like lines of the direction of growing things so that you can kind of see more texture in the field. I know the field would be blurry, but I like adding some. Same thing up here. Can even loosen it even more. And then I can come into this foreground section and just put in, you know, some extra. There's always dead stems and stuff in the ground, you know? Okay, same thing, but now I'm going to turn it into like a yellow. I guess it's a little bit gray yellow, like yellow plus that black color. I need it to be a little bit looser, so I'll add a little more water. That allows me to get thinner lines. That's cool. I'm feeling that. All right. More of that yellow. I feel like this whole section over here would be kind of mossy because it would be in the shade a lot, you know? So I'm gonna do this under the tree zone as opposed to having like lots of like grassy looking things. I'm gonna go more for mossy. Okay, And I'll get that black again. Hey, hey. But I'll add more green to it, so it's like a green black. No. Also known as a very dark green. Shush. Shush you. Then I'll just take that and I'll do shadowy dots. Hey. 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 Stop. I don't want to hear that. Too much. Okay. That looks good. Now, I have a good... Oops, that's the wrong thing I meant to dip into. I will spray you, birds. You know I will. Okay. Now what could we add more detail to? Perhaps we can use this black, brown, green color to add some texture to our dirt area. Hey. Stop your yelling. Shush. This is like the shadow of our dirt area. I just added some water to my brush and I'm going back on those little dotty zones and I'm just kind of filling it in a bit. Shush. Once this dirt area dries, then we can do the foreground. I think I just want this to be a little bit more in your face. Okay. Feel like I'm a big fan of the dirt area now. I had the idea, I want a dirt area, and now I just feel like it was the best decision for the painting. Birds. Hey. Hey. Don't you say hey back to me. Hey! You watch out. Troublemakers. Hey. Hey, stop yelling. All right. Now, I can shrink this down a little bit so you can see a little more about what's going on. Excuse me. Okay, now I'll take my black brown, add a little water. Hey. And then I'll add a little yellow. Stop it. Stop. Do you guys want to go in the kitchen? Is that why, Gary? Because you can't fly that far? No, don't jump. I'll just. Okay. Well, you can't get up high. I was offering help, you dummy. You can't jump to that height. Gary's feathers are almost grown back, so he thinks he can fly now. He can almost fly. Gary is very close to being able to fly again. Okay. What do we need here? What's it missing? What's the vibe? Do we need more brighter pink flowers? Like, is it missing some slightly brighter pinks? Maybe? A guardian doggo. Oh, a livestock guardian dog. That's cute. I'm not going to paint a guardian dog, Candace. Are you nuts? Do you see how hard it was for me to paint literally a cow, which is essentially a square? A cow is just a square. We're missing pinks. Well, then let's get some lovely pinks mixed in here then. Okay, here's a nice pink. These here are supposed to be like wild snapdragons. And I did them in pink. But the pink is not very bright. Then we also have clovers, which could definitely go pinker. I feel like they could go even pinker than what I did. You know? Like, oh great, the mic covers the painting. Let's try that again. All right, so if we've got like clovers here, these could be pinker. And then all those other colors that are behind it will just be like the clovers that are not in the foreground. Right? They're all facing the same way because they do that. Okay, so there's the first pink, right? Good. And then I feel like the second pink for the clover should have purple in it. So I'm going to grab the pink we were using and add purple. I love that pink shade. Thank you. Make me feel good, Candace. Okay, and I think that as it goes down, it's gonna be like the bottom half will have this purple shade. And then the next step is to add the little leaves that make it a clover flower. I even think we could go with like a really dark pink and do dots on them to show like the shadows of it. So maybe I'll make a dark pink, which is honestly very close to red. I'll add a tiny bit of purple because clovers are not like a red pink, they're like a purpley tone. Okay, and then I'm thinking I can just like do, that's not dark enough. Needs more purple. Tell me I'm gonna need black. That's crazy. It needs more red too. Okay. At least it's a harsher pink now. Let's see. If I do some dots, are they gonna show up? Barely. What will I do? Will I add more red and just make it a very hot, vibrant pink? I can. I guess I can. I love pink of all shades, Candace. I'm a pink girly on the inside. Okay, so then if I go, you know what I mean? Do some dots on them. I feel like clovers have that. I guess I could have done the dots in white too. They might be giving strawberry at this moment, but they're not going to. I heard that, Gary. Gary just jumped from a height and flapped messily. Okay. So there's our clovers, or at least one clover patch. And we should probably do a few of those over here. Good, and then just a few there. A few spots with some pink. And then there's gonna be more clovers. There's always more. Cool. Now I'm gonna take my white, I think, and I think I'll go back to these clovers and I'll just do some white dots, tiny little white dots. Or I'll try to. And then we'll go in with the green. I just want them to have like a texture to them, you know? I just feel like clovers are not like they're almost fluffy. I don't know exactly how to translate fluffy, but I'll do my best. You guys can tell me if it looks fluffy after. Hi, baby. You come here. I don't want to come there. Okay, there. Cool. And now clovers, they always have these happy green leaves right underneath the flower. So I'm gonna take my little shell and I'm gonna mix up a brighter green. So I'm gonna do yellow, metallic green, and regular green. I'm gonna mix those together into what I'm calling happy clover green. I feel like it might need some white in it because it almost has like a blue hue, but the yellow might cover me for that. Okay. So then underneath each flower, under every clover, there's like 2 big round leaves. They're not round, but like they're rounded. I might have to do dark first so that it shows up. Or maybe I'll do the light first and then I'll do dark over it. It's fine. Where did I put it? Oh, over here in the shell. I already forgot what I'm doing. And then I think I'll go in with like a blue-green. That's more opaque. Try and cover it up a little more. So I'm gonna add blue and white to this mix to make it more minty, more of a minty green. I think that'll show up a little bit better. Might even need a little more blue, honestly. Okay, we went 2 blue, so now I need a little yellow and a little white. Mint that back up. Okay, it's still blue, but I think it's a good color. It's like a turquoise. So I think that's a good color for the next couple of leaves. Yeah, look at that. That works. Perfect. Now I'll do the same thing with the same blue on these other clovers. What's up with you? Dancey dance. Oh, Alex and I decided we're gonna, cause Toby stands up on his hind legs when you're holding a treat. We decide, excuse me, choked on a cough. We decided we're gonna name that trick Dancey Dance. Like jump up on your hind legs. It's gonna be called Dancey Dance because the birds know Dancey Dance, and it would be really fun, I think, to have the dog and the birds both do the same thing. Okay, what else do we need here? What's missing, guys? When you see this, when you look at it, what do you see? What's missing? So far, I can tell you something major that's missing, and it's insects. We don't have any insects in here yet, which is very unlikely looking at this space that there would be no insects. There should be a million bajillion insects. So I know we have to do that, but I don't know what else is needed. I'm just gonna add this blue-green in other areas around the picture so that it doesn't feel super weird that it's just with the clovers. Hey! Hey, you. What are you doing? Hey. Okay. Cool. Obviously we're gonna have to paint foreground stuff eventually, but until then, we can just add stuff like this. I feel like I just want to paint something right now, though. No, get off of there. Go on. Beelzebub. Cool thing is if I do something that I don't like, I'll just paint over it. I don't know what plant this is, but it'll be a plant eventually. So I'm gonna take a little bit of white and yellow. I'm gonna mix a second color using my first color, but plus the white and the yellow, which is making kind of a gray green. And what I'll do is I'll just use that gray green to make cute little leaves on my plant. These are just the first leaves so that I know where to put leaves. Oh, I hear the birds doing bird crimes. And then I'm gonna do more yellow into the same mix. And that'll give me a different gray green. Not different enough, so I'll add a little bit more green. I want like a yellowy dark gray. No, that's close, but not quite. Okay. Okay, and then 1/3 color before we go. And that'll just be a darker version of the same color. There. Our first plant. Bird crimes, there are always bird crimes. Okay, let me show you how this looks from the front while my birds just scream. Here's how we did today. We got updates done on the cows. How do you think the cows look? Do you feel like they look more cow-like? What do you think? Is it giving cows in a field? See my cows? Ha, Candace, they're looking moveless. Here's what it looks like from a little farther away. We've got our sunflower field, our wildflowers, our little dirt zones. I feel like this area that's supposed to be a dirt zone could be a fox. Don't you think? Ears, head, body, or a baby deer. We could change that option. But now you can see from far, yeah, it looks like an animal. That's gotta be an animal, I guess. Anyway, this is how it looks right now. Our little area. I wanna go there. beautiful day at this location. Gorgeous. That'll just live there now. And I still have to work on this one. Haven't finished it, obviously. It's gonna have a tree eventually, but that'll be a later date. Again, I'm going to put my paint back into this plastic bag as it is, just like this. Put it into the Ziploc, and then I put it in the freezer, and none of the paint dried. It was all still usable, which is great because I'm using a lot of the same colors for these projects. Oh my God, think of me Friday. I will miss you all till Monday. Candace, we will definitely be thinking about you. Check in if you're, haven't gone under yet. And also, I hope it's going to go off without a hitch. You're going to go home Monday. You won't even have to stay overnight unless you want to, like if they offer you want to stay overnight and just enjoy the bed, then that's up to you if that's what you want to do. But you're not going to have to stay overnight because it's going to go so well. And they're going to be like, you actually don't even need to be here. You're perfectly cured. It's like you got a new heart. That's what they'll say. I hope. Yeah, you see the fox too? Cool. Anyway, that's it for today's stream. We get together Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And it is 12 p.m. So the stream is now concluded. So I'm going to put my paints away. And then I'm going to go outside and look at my garden and maybe pick some flowers. I haven't picked any flowers today because Alex is sick, so I didn't have any rush. Usually I try to have a bouquet of flowers for him in the morning so that he has it to look at when he starts his work day. But he's taking the day off because he's sick, and so I didn't have to rush to put together a bouquet. Not that I rush, let's be honest. Have I ever rushed? I mean, yes, I have, but I don't have to for bouquet making because I enjoy myself. No rushing allowed. I also need to put away the yarrow today, the yarrow that I picked, because I want to dry it out for dried flower arrangements in the wintertime. There, look at that. Are you proud of me? Look at how good of a girl I am. Tell me I'm a good girl, but don't say that because that's for that's a different group of people. But thank you for being here today. Who am I? Putting away my stuff when I'm done? Couldn't be me. All right, I love you guys. It was nice to talk. It was nice to chat. It was nice to show you the flowers in the garden. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, come back on Friday. I will have new pictures of my garden because it's changing every single day. So if you want to see how it's changed over the course of 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, just come back to the live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm sick or really tired or, sometimes I have a good excuse not to be here. But most of the time I show up, and most of the time I'm almost on time. Look at me cleaning up my mess. Okay, love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel. I don't have a list, but I do love you guys. Okay, see you next time. Bye.